Meaning, from a certain age and on, we see that that's how it is in life, that we come out of childhood and enter a life in which both our parents and the environment are demanding us to participate in a mature fashion. And the wisdom of Kabbalah, it explains that we too are in such a state, in such a process, all of us together, that we went through the phase of childhood and youth, and in the past few centuries, we learned what's going on with us, and that now we have to come out of this as if crib, this good and nice treatment, handling that nature did instead of us, and now we have to go into a conscious kind of development for us to understand the development and agree with it, and even precede our development. Not because nature is forcing us to develop, but that we ourselves will be drawn to that goal. And the event in Turkey, how does it help us on this? I can't explain it to you before I explain to you the general system. I'm with you. And therefore we have to learn. What is nature demanding of us? The process that all of humanity is going through. So the whole of humanity is going through a process where we have to discover our evil, our nature, which is our entire ego, and that we have to correct it. And we have to invert it from hatred to love. In short and simple words. To the point. On the way, in order to discover the evil, we have to discover the evil in each and every person, and in every nation, and in every part of every nation, and in the whole of humanity. Discover the evil. Why? In order to correct it. So now, we're in a state called the recognition of evil. And in this recognition of evil, we discover what happened back there in the Russian communism. Now we're discovering what happened and what's going on in America with its capitalism, and with the corrupted connection in Europe, and in all the countries of Africa, South America, and Asia, each per se, and also in the religions. So, regarding religions, Christianity is weakening everywhere, even including in Latin America. And in Russia, religion shattered altogether, and now it's surging again, but not for a lengthy period of time and not seriously. And now something that didn't happen for many years, for many hundreds of years, Islam is starting to wake up, and that's how it always is. In order to show itself, show its evil, and for it to then be able to correct it. So all that you've described now, capitalism and communism and Europe and Christianity and Islam, all these things are bad. The human ego is revealing itself in different forms and manners, and then we have to correct it, because before it's revealed as something bad, we can't correct it. So in all these aspects, there are negative aspects of that ego. Yes, and religions and in everything. Yes. And therefore we see that according to the process, regardless of whom does it happen through the Americans or the Russians, or through the nation itself, or through Erdogan, or regardless who, the evil is revealing itself in different ways, like the Arab Spring, like this so-called coup in Turkey. And in the past few days, we're hearing that also there was a coup attempt in Kazakhstan, and there will be other such things in the rest of the countries, undoubtedly. Where all in all, this process is a necessary one. And therefore, I look at it as, suppose, Turkey. It's a nation that is divided half and half, regardless of the percentage. A part is drawn to Islam, even radical Islam, and the other part is drawn to Europe, and these two forces can't go together, can't be together. There was a time during which Ataturk arranged them after the Ottoman Empire, and he built what he built. And now comes the other half that exists in the nation, where by the radical Islam that comes from the rest of the places in the world, from the south, suppose, from southern Turkey, that other part is therefore awakening. That was always there in the Turkish nation, but especially now. And therefore, it's rising now. And I think that this is a natural process that will happen. Is it good or not for the different countries or the people in the world? We're not asking about that because we're not connected to the real process that we have to go through and its ending. And therefore, we're thinking what's good and what's bad for us according to what we see on the news. That's how we weigh things. But it's incorrect. We have to simply think that in order to really bring us to correction, we have to see the evil in human society. And the evil can be revealed only if nature unravels it, like through these coup attempts and other such things in the world. And afterwards, by people participating in this process, not in the process of the coup, but in the process of the revelation of evil, that they can reveal the evil before it's revealed by blows, revolutions, wars, and so on, but through the recognition of evil, where wise is he who foresees the future. Like we can see in medicine, illnesses that, God forbid, might break out with the help of machines and knowledge. Here too we have to take the wisdom of Kabbalah that explains about all of these processes and see these future states, and as a result we can bring them closer to ourselves, feel them in that same intensity as if they're happening right now, and correct ourselves so that these things won't happen, but that we already correct ourselves above them as if they're already happening.